May I hear a motion to approve the minutes of the June meeting?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion of the June meeting minutes?
Look good.
Nope.
Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed or abstaining? Motion is, the minutes are approved. And we will go on to public discussion.
Ed, we also have to approve the minutes for the June 27 meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yes, so can I hear a motion for the June 22nd meeting?
June 27.
27.
27, sorry. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Now, are we ready for public discussion?
Yes.
Okay. I saw, well, I had a picture, I could see Margaret. That's the only public I saw.
Well, actually, should I begin? Please. Okay,
Sure.
so, yeah, I'm here with Patty,
Can you
Luke,
just say your full name so I can get
Margaret Grace,
Okay.
and Patty Lukes. I'm the editor of the Piermont newsletter, member of the Piermont Civic Association. Patty's also a member of the Piermont Civic Association and part of the staff of the Piermont newsletter. And we had a meeting today with another resident, Leandra Vasquez, who came to us to ask us if we could possibly publish the newsletter monthly. And we explained that we have that it's a rigorous job, that we're very understaffed. We aren't understaffed. We're staffed just fine for 3 issues a year, and we're funded all right through advertising money and donations for 3 issues a year. And right now, with our current volunteer team, that's what we can do. And her point to us was the village really needs a monthly newsletter and something monthly that would come out and tell people what was happening that month in a single document. So they didn't have to fish around and look all over for what was happening at the library, what was happening in the park, what's happening at the community center, what's happening, what local events are going on in the village. And that's what we really need. And so Patty and I talked to her, and it occurred to me that perhaps there's no question that the village would benefit, the community would benefit from a community calendar that included what was going on in the community. And each, perhaps the Civic Association could every month send in a list of what we knew of, that to the hypothetical person or organization that was going to do this, that the Chamber of Commerce could do the same, the fire department could do the same, the churches could do the same, the Historical Society could do the same, and people could look at a calendar that showed every month the things that were happening in the village, and people could return to it. They could either print it out or they could return to it. They could just go to that file at that organization's website and remember that they saw it there and it would be there and they could target those particular events. So, I mean, we used to produce that in the summer, the Civic Association. We used to have a summer calendar, which we produced. It was a large calendar that listed everything that we were made aware of that was happening during the summer. And it was terrific. It's just that we no longer have the staff or the people necessary to do this kind of work, which is why I'm here, because I'm wondering if perhaps the library, who you all are so interested in community, bringing the community together, that perhaps the library could produce a document like that that would include obviously the library activities, but also be the masthead of bringing all the community's activities together in a monthly calendar, and ask each individual organization to be responsible to get information to you by the last weekend of the previous month of what's happening. Make it other organizations' responsibility to get the information to you, and you could create a monthly document that everybody in the village could share that would show all the different activities, focusing, of course, on the library, but all the different activities in the village. Because right now, it's really hard to wrap your head around what's going on. There's so many things that go on in the village, and they're spread throughout Facebook, and they're spread on posters and signs and
Calendar,
emails.
the calendar you produced, was that on paper only?
It was on
Passed
paper.
around?
In the old days, yes, it was on
Right,
the
so-
this was
Right,
before anybody
so-
had internet. It was paper. But but doing it as a, just for the village to have an online calendar, I know the village board wants to produce a better quality communication document. But this isn't for government information. This is for all the organizational information in the village to be in one place. And so Patty and I are coming to you all tonight to say, is this something that the library could possibly,
You guys have a website? You guys have a page?
We
a
do.
web page that's active kind of thing?
we have a, it's not very active. You know, it's not very active.
Someone has to monitor it and add
Somebody
stuff
has
in.
to monitor,
and then-
they've said, please, it's Betsy Franco-Fini, please, you know, I
Yeah,
can't do
know.
more than
Can't do-
that.
She can't do it all.
But it's just, if there was a place,
She does it all.
if there was a place that would produce this, I would think it would be enormously to the library's benefit in terms of, as a community cohesion thing, to add community events to a calendar that every month would come out, and you know that it would automatically go to residents in the village, and it would show all the community-based activities, not the political or government activities, but the community-based activities in the village, including, of course, in highlighting what the library itself is doing. So Patty and I are coming to you to ask if you might consider that, because it is a really good idea to
There's
do that.
an online tool. I do that for the Arts Council of Rockland. And I use a tool called Talkify, which means that each agency has to submit their own events, and then it becomes like a all together online calendar. But
It's
it's
compiled
Right. So
by
like,
the program.
the program just creates, and you can see it in different formats. It's not going to email anything to anybody,
We
but it
just
is an
don't.
online
Has to be a
tool
way
that
for them to
everybody
go,
can
link
just
for them
submit
to
to.
go.
And
yeah,
I was also
there's-
thinking in terms of involving the library and the library being a spearhead for this type of effort. It's like a really positive thing. We can't do it. We simply don't have the manpower, or we just do not. We struggle to do our newsletters and the few events that we do. But anyway, so we're asking if the library would consider maybe something like that, because we think it would be to the benefit of the community to have a monthly communication that included everything that was happening, that was non-political and non-governmental, just within the organizations of the village. So
Well, I think
that's,
probably one of the easiest things would be to have it so that people could go to the link on the Piermont Library webpage instead of an email blast, because the email blast, you know, we don't have everybody's email. We're not privy to all of that information for the village.
we only
We're
have
not
library
allowed to use
patrons.
the,
Yeah.
the hard information.
Right,
to
so
push
we
to.
can't use that resource as a way to send stuff to you, but if we had a page that had a calendar, they could certainly visit and.
and if you had a calendar, we could reproduce it on we can't do it. We could reproduce it on Piermont Happenings. It could be reproduced on, it could be reproduced on the PCA newsletter page.
Right.
We could reproduce it. We just do not have the manpower to create it. And it isn't that it's even that complicated. But anyway, we were asked if we could do it. And
Show
we
you on
are,
ours.
So
Guys, I can try to talk you through this out loud.
is this, sorry.
Hold on a second.
Can Okay, sorry.
This is our Arts Council, but this, and I'll turn it around in 1 second. This is our page here, and this is this app Talkify, and it just lists all of the events that somebody else submitted
By date.
by date.
Yeah.
And there's different formats, you can pop it in, so nobody has to, I take from this and I send it to, put it in our email and send it out. But we didn't have to do that, like this could just live on.
Do people pay you to do this? Like I see pictures on it.
Anybody can go on there, the ones that go out in our email are the people that are court members.
but a simple calendar with community events. We don't, it doesn't have to be illustrated. I mean, just a simple document where people can glean this information. Get this information.
So I'm just wondering if this is something that we can, I mean, I love the idea. I'm just wondering if this is something that we can discuss, as a board and kind of brainstorm it together. It's going to take longer than, 2 minutes to
We just wanted to,
discuss.
well, because
I think it's a great idea. I think we
Yes.
need to discuss our resources too, and to see if we could tackle something like that.
do it. But we'll gladly send in everything we know that is happening. And then, like I said, if you were able to produce it and have a link, that link could be opened and it could be, that document could be created as a document and posted as a document. Yeah.
Can I ask a question? If, this is Vicky, by the way, I think it's a great idea also. I think maybe to streamline it, one of the things we could talk about is getting a list of all of the participants of the community that want to post. And maybe somehow there's a way to have a shared calendar link so that it's not up to one person at the library to enter all the stuff. It's up to one person from each organization to put their information on the calendar. And then that way it's a living document that can be updated by each person, but it's one link, it's one calendar. We could host, like we could have that link. I don't know, I have to brainstorm how, but I think that might be a good way to streamline it and not make it like a big job for one person to collect all this information and put it on some kind of platform for everybody. It could just be a living document.
So again, it's up to, I mean, this is something we bring to you to discuss as a board, but we wish we could do it. We cannot.
So do you have an idea, like, do you have in your mind, like, all the different organizations that would, like, I know PAL would probably be one, and
Like Historical
the
Society,
Historical Society would be one, yeah.
Piermont Civic Association, the and I think of all of the things that are happening at the community center. DPW. I mean,
Yeah.
they may have, I mean, or the fire department may.
The fire department, yeah, so that's a good place to start, I think,
So,
but it's a great idea.
Okay, well, anyway, we just bring this to you to, hopefully you'll consider, I mean, we cannot do it and it just kills us. We just can't. So
Yeah,
that with your resources and with our wonderful new director and you're interested, this place is such a community resource and this is just, in my opinion, an expansion of that resourcefulness. So
yeah, exactly, it's a great idea.
Through the chamber.
So anyway, that's it. So thank you for listening to us.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we will let us know what small thing we can do. What little thing we can do to be helpful. If you
Well-
decide to move forward, we're really happy to do something not too demanding.
Candy and cake is always
All
welcome.
right. We'll definitely loop back to you.
All the events are
Thank you.
like up to the individual to post them.
Yeah.
But you
So
see
it's
what
all
he has
there.
is a working really.
This is the same thing.
Is it?
So this is what, when we want to post notice, when we have a board meeting, I used to, when Alex does, we post it to the Piermont patch. This is like the local news and you can click on the events and it's the calendar of all the events.
Right.
It's up to the individual
To submit.
organization
Promote it.
to submit it.
Right, which
So
is
then it
perfect,
just
because that
appears,
means,
right.
that means
I don't
you
think
have
we
to have a
want
staff
to-
member working
right.
on this problem.
We don't want to be individually inputting all this information that's too much work.
Especially if you
But
get the date
To be
wrong or
able
something,
to
just
have
because
them
you
input it.
right.
I mean, it's essentially the same thing as this, but we want to make it more of a calendar.
This is
look.
the one that I do, and they're not gonna see it, but Shauna, but
Yep.
I post my own, I post stuff that I get emailed to me there.
I see.
You guys can look at artscouncilofrockland.org's calendar on.
Yeah, that's great.
But I submit a lot of stuff, but if you didn't, all you have to do is approve it. They fill it all of the information out, you just approve. You have to pay for that.
When you say approve, is that going
We
through
do, it's
each
not very
one,
much.
hitting each one to approve?
After they submit it. Which is sometimes annoying if they do like 300,
Yeah.
but I
Well, you're
don't,
talking about Arts Council Rockland's a lot bigger, in a group than Piermont.
yeah, I mean,
is
we
altogether.
have 2 half-time employees. So,
You know, I feel like, in some ways, I do look at ACORS, but it's a lot. You have a lot on there and after a while I lose interest. But the NYAC News and Views,
Bill's one, yeah.
they just post a few. And those, I pay attention to, like, it's like manageable, you can see them all, and they're arts, like Shakespeare will be on there, you guys will be.
Yeah.
But, I feel like sometimes when it's too many things,
Yeah, well, then you zone out. or
You
it's just
zone
a
out.
nuisance, yeah.
unless you're looking for a date,
Yeah.
unless you
Well,
go by
that's the other
date,
thing, if
like
you're
I'm free
going-
this day.
Yeah,
Well,
what,
that's
yeah.
what, yeah.
I mean,
that's
that,
what
and that's the great thing about it.
But
is that,
Piermont
you know,
wouldn't have that many. I mean,
Yeah,
it
it's
could
not
be
gonna
like
be
one or
as
two
many
things
a
per-
day, maybe.
Per day, or, you know.
Well, that's
do-
true, that's true.
So,
Okay.
we'll put our tech team on it. See what we can come up with.
Public comment, can I make a couple comments? So I went on a blog, a website, just looking at the museum passes. And for some reason, the Intrepid Piermont, if someone wants to check it at home, like go onto our website, go to museum passes, the printout ones. The Piermont one is totally blocked off until mid-August, like August 8th. But the other ones are not. There are some other libraries that also have them, and they're not at all blocked off. And then the Transit Museum, that I wanted to get, that one's booked for until August 8th as well. The Guggenheim A is booked
Why,
until August 8th.
why can you book ahead like that? That's not right.
Well, all of them until August 8th. It seems like there's a problem. I don't know. It seems
Something's
like there's something wrong. Yeah, just those ones, not other, like Guggenheim B. You can get it almost any day. I think the 11th is taken or something. But
That's like a month and a week.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Weird.
Do you think that, but don't they have to reserve them ahead of time? Like you have to give, you know, or is it just you only have a certain amount of time to reserve, 2 or 3 days before you
Some,
leave?
these ones are
different.
printout
I
ones.
haven't done the printable ones. I've only done in office ones,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Right, well, we'll
But
have-
that's
Okay,
a-
so
that's a-
something to
Yeah.
look at.
Something to look up.
I'll find out, yeah.
All right, and then
And those are just the printable.
I don't know if Piermont has anything planned for the 250th, which is next year. I'm throwing it out there. Do we want to do something?
I think it's a good idea.
But wait, did we finish with the passes?
Not yet.
Well, unless you want to look into, Alex, are you gonna look into?
Yeah.
it?
Alex is gonna look into it. Okay,
Okay.
All right, then the
sorry.
I don't know, like, if there's somebody, Sarah, do you know if anybody's planning anything in the village?
I do think that they're talking about that, but I don't really know anything about the particulars. So that maybe would be a question for the village board meeting.
Okay,
But I mean, we could do something too, but I do think, and I think the Historical Society might be involved in that too, but I really don't know for sure. I can certainly ask Bruce, and I think it's definitely a question for the upcoming board meeting, but I'll ask him.
all right, so then our library's birthday this was opened in March 2007, is that right?
Yeah, I think that is right.
Only because I think we missed the 20th anniversary of 9/11. We might have wanted to do something for that because of connection, but I don't want us to miss, I don't know. Would it be fun to do something for the 20th anniversary of? Or
We did a
don't have
birthday
to.
party.
So that's,
No, we did a birthday party.
2007, right?
2007, so this is plenty of time.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, wait,
Yeah,
you're
2
not
years
talking
ago.
about.
Well,
next
we did
year.
have a library birthday party, once in September, the band played, it was like, I wanna say 4 years ago.
All
or
those
5
cakes.
years ago.
It was when
Yeah,
Jessica
yeah,
was
there
here.
was-
Yeah,
There were
but it
cakes.
was the library establishment in Piermont as a whole, not just the building.
correct.
And it was
Oh.
an actual library establishment here in Piermont.
Oh,
It was like our 100th or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, so I mean, that's an important date too.
1909.
Maybe it wasn't obviously the 100th.
Oh, no, even earlier, it's registered 1896.
So the next year is 100.
it was registered then, but then that building opened.
That's 1909.
I don't know where they had it.
Somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
I'm just
All
going.
right, so, yep, that's good.
That's it.
Are we ready to move on to the library director's report?
We are,
I assume there is no other public.
no, there's no other public.
By the way, I think it would be good for us to participate, possibly lead something like this. And the good news in today's world is you don't have to have money to something and mail it.
No,
So
right.
this really is more of an organizational task, and it needs some leadership. But the expenses of actually doing it are less than when it was paper world.
Absolutely.
We pay $7 a month.
All right, Alex, director's report.
Okay, hi everyone. The RCLS road trip started at the beginning of July. So we prepared all the staff for that at the end of June. I've discussed it at previous meetings, but the gist of it is that patrons from all over RCLS get a passport book and can travel around getting stamps and raffles. Yeah, and we've had several people come in already for it. And we've been giving out raffle tickets and a lot of the booklets already. And our staff are all very comfortable with the process now. The library will be closed this Saturday for Bastille Day. I received a lot of guidance on that, that would be the right move. So we are doing that again. Programming, we had an increase in our programming, and we had a lot of programs this month. So we discussed this also at the last meeting, but we had the Joan Gussow Memorial at the beginning of June, which was very well attended by the public. And we touched on it a bit last meeting, but at some point down the line, we'll want to talk a bit more about our meeting room policies and all that. But I think it was a lovely event, and I would love for the library to kind of formalize a bit more how we can do more of those types of programs, so we can be well prepared for them, and so the community also can know that our space is available for them. But we may just want to work out the nuances on that a bit. The Piermont Film Festival was on June 8th. We had 8 attendees. It was small and modest. And we had the films that won were all had an environmental justice message. And we had a Q&A with one of the subjects after the film. He was someone who built rafts and sailed up and down the Hudson River. And I may arrange for him to return down the line to do talk on that, because he had some experiences like right in Piermont, right on the river when he was doing this. So, and the other film was about birds in New York City that fly into windows and what people are doing to try to prevent that. We had the new director reception on June 11th with 63 attendees. So thank you all for arranging that. Beginner Mahjong was very popular throughout May and June. It wrapped up and we started Canasta with the same instructor this month, also on Fridays. When we started Canasta, when we had Mahjong, everyone was asking for Canasta. Now that we have Canasta, they're asking for her to do Mahjong again. So we may just go back and forth with it and alternate it. But it's these are very popular classes. We did also start a modest summer reading program for adults and for teens. The gist of that is you read a book, you let us know, and you can go in for a raffle. And I'm going to pick up some sort of gift certificates this week for that. We had chair yoga again, which was well received, as well as our adult book club. The July book, A Kidnapping in New York, the author of that, she is local and she has presented on that book here before, and she will be at the meeting for the book if anybody wants to join the book club that month.
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction.
Fiction. Yeah. And for a preview in July, even though some of this has happened already, we are doing evening movie screenings, and we did trivia last night, which went great. Happy to. We had 8 in total. We had 6 players. We had a few who kind of just dropped in also, but we got 2 full Jeopardy games in, and
Great.
everybody who participated asked for us to, they said they want to do it monthly. I can't write that many questions, but I assured them we would do it again down the line. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
See how
Miss
that goes.
Miss Nancy started the summer reading program also in June. There are weekly activities, weekly crafts with that, and we've had, as of me writing the report, we've had 31 children signed up for it already. And kids basically get to decorate a bag, and then each week they there are different kind of like incentives. We had our healthy eating program, and we actually had attendees this time, which is great. 12, yep.
That's awesome.
And our art show were the results of our the year of art projects, and we had 145 attendees at that,
That's great.
which is wonderful. And attendance for our story times have also been increasing to the point where we have been at capacity in the room, and we discussed the possibility of needing to move into the Hudson room because we had so many people coming. So
Should we also do story time?
Mhm.
We used to be able to split it too.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
that we have, yeah, that's great.
Yep. So technology, Frontline updated me that they have ordered the equipment, which should be arriving soon. And as soon as that does, I'll be scheduling the installation of that. My intention with that installation day, when some of the public computers are out of commission, I may try to schedule like some sort of staff meeting that day, professional development or something, because it may make sense to close for a few hours for that process. And then, because I do want to get the whole staff together again soon for a longer meeting to go over some things we need to do. So hopefully we'll have our new computers in by the end of this month. So my civil service requirements have now been fulfilled. It was nice. It was just required the paperwork, but and we also we have more new books coming in, so we are shifting our collections to accommodate those. As we know, the bollards were installed in June. Our staff, when they saw them, I got a lot of comments that they look appealing and that they look right for the space, and so people were fond of them, and we are.
The orange goes.
And we also had several air conditioner breakdowns and leaks in the lines, and we had to have 2 large repair jobs done on them, which you'll see those expenses on the claim sheet. Was that? It was around 10 grand, yes, in total. So that was one big expense right as we were getting all of our 95-degree days, but thankfully they were able to repair them before the sweltering days. Yeah, we had our patron visits were fairly comparable to other months and years. A bit of a decrease in foot traffic this month. Comparable circulation, and I broke out our circulation here as well. Again, we see we are seeing some changes in how some of our collections are circulating. And I'll kind of be monitoring that over the next few months and give some trends coming up soon on how our collections are doing. Same with digital checkouts. I mean, we're seeing comparable numbers, a lot of growth with the digital magazines in Libby. So I'm intending to look at that as well and see what titles are circulating. Maybe we want to get some of those in print as well. We increased our program attendance this month. We had a lot going on, and you know, the details on that are all on the following page. I forgot to include it on the written part here, but I'll update it before we post. But also with the staff bonuses, everybody was extremely happy and appreciative. I think people expressed that they felt seen and appreciated by the gesture. So, and that is the director.
Thank you. I just.
Are we allowed to ask questions?
You can ask a question, sure, yeah.
So I just have a question about the Piermont Film Festival.
Yeah.
Actually, in your narrative, you said there were 8 attendees, but in the chart, it says only 7. So I guess maybe just reconcile that. But
okay.
I'm kind of, I know that that's not, I want a little more background about that, because I'm not sure who runs that. And it just seems like, I'm surprised that there were so few people. And I'm wondering if we should try next year to make it into something bigger, because for a village that is so arts oriented and you know, we get so many participants and other things, what do you think was going on with that?
I can tell you exactly what went on with it.
Okay.
So it was kind of a few things. So the film festival itself was on our calendar for several months without an owner, I guess, of it.
Right.
And so then by the time we were getting closer to it, the organizer of it, Marcia, she was not able to coordinate it the way that she had in past years due to personal illness. So it was very much a, I'm going to give you the DVDs and everything will be fine type of thing. And I was, there was some, there was a lack of clarity on some of the timing of like, when can I announce what movies won, and just the coordination wasn't there much with the organizer due to her inability to do it. And I think I held back on some of the promotion on it because of some of the limited information I had on it.
Yeah.
I had very little context on how it worked in previous years. So
right. And I think it's kind of
backseat, but for the future, I want to, now that I see how it went and I see how that planning went for it, I am intending to take a different approach to it next year and have the be more directly involved, because we weren't actually very much involved in it. So.
Right, because in your defense, this I believe has also kind of happened in the past, and I never really understood, were we just the venue for somebody else's film festival that's not been publicized, and then why is it in our programs, or could we help this person, you know, publicize it? So I think you've tapped into exactly what I was thinking. Is like, I don't know, this could be such a great thing, and it kind of often never is, and it's and I don't know this Marcine person, but it just seems like if our venue is being used, like, you know, maybe we can help capitalize on it in some way. So that's great that it would be on your radar screen for next year, and maybe, you know, if you want our committee to be involved somehow to make it more of an event and a happening in the town, I guess I'm
Yeah.
volunteering our committee. I didn't talk to the committee about it yet, but it just seems like it would make sense. Like if there's something that we can do, because to see 7 patrons for a Piermont Film Festival, I mean, how does she like even organize this thing? So, you know, I don't want to get into her weeds on it, but again, if we're the venue, we should, you know, hopefully make this into more of a community happening, you know.
Also, Sarah, I believe that the Piermont Film Festival, we're only one of 3 venues that are used. I
Used to
think
be, wasn't
the,
this year?
See, that's the thing.
Right, so
Just-
last year she used like Bunbury's as one of them, and but it was just it's very strange though, like, it's just like this random thing, and it just like pops up, and it's just like, how do you know about it? Like, I don't know, it just seems,
See, what I can guarantee you I'll do for next year is that she will need to contact me to schedule it, and at that point we'll set a plan for how it should be, because that hadn't been done, I don't think, from her end as well. Like there was it was a little bit improvised in the end,
yeah.
and I was very hesitant to take ownership of it because it's not
Yeah.
programmed.
It's right. It's not our program, but yet
Yeah.
we could help make it into maybe more of a community happening. Shauna, do you know what other venues were used again? Because I remember one year she used Bunbury's, and
Yeah.
members who got them.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
Housing
Lake
Pavilion,
Pavilion,
yeah.
yeah.
what was the third place?
Boston
Boston Pavilion?
Pavilion.
And do you know if they had people there?
I remember going by it and there was hardly anybody there and it was kind of weird.
Yeah,
It was outside and.
Yeah.
because nobody knows about it. Yeah. Okay. So for next year, I'd love to see this turn into, you know, more of an event for the village.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, the youth film festival got a lot more people. Well, there's also
sure.
all the
That's the
families.
Directly
Families.
connected with the Piermont
Yeah.
Library too.
With this, so these films were not made by local people. Like the
Right.
feature length, the person is in Denmark, I think, and the organizer of the film festival wasn't that, like, nobody involved in the film festival
Came.
came. So so I and that's the thing for next year. I don't even mind the library like taking on a bigger role in it,
Right.
which we can work out. But
It sounds
going
like-
into
All right.
when there was, yeah, it was
sounds like
it was a little doomed from the start. I think.
Yeah, it just seems like such, you know, a waste of effort if people aren't going to come, and yet there's these probably very interesting films that people would be interested in if they knew about it, you know. So anyway, all right, next year.
Sarah, I think you made really good points. Can I just say one other thing? Was it during the day or was it at
It
night?
was in the afternoon. It was like 3:00.
The other
Yeah,
problem, they have them like on Sundays during the day, nice weather.
yeah.
You don't want to go watch a movie when it's bright daylight out.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Gorgeous
did it
day,
at
so-
night,
Yeah,
or
that's
if they
nice.
did it in March or February, maybe, but
In the, winter time or something, or I
Yeah.
don't know. if it
Or
coincides
fall or
with
spring, you
The
know.
film festivals of New York or something, I don't know, maybe they tack on.
It was
to, you
3:00
know,
on a
like
Sunday.
yeah,
Yeah.
then
Like
I
the film
remember at the
festival.
Goswood Pavilion, I was
I
walking on
know.
the pier and they set something up. They set up a whole like tent situation
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
dark in there.
And I go, how many people in there? And they're like,
Like 2.
That's, I mean, that's ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on.
Vicky.
All right, so time for the,
Am I up?
yep,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay, I need some help here because I'm actually driving now because my son's baseball game just ended. So I
All right, let me call up the reports here. Hold
I
on.
emailed the reports out. If you could just read the numbers or go over and I'll chime in.
Yep, hang on a second. Okay, so do you want me to do it?
Yeah, whoever, yeah, if you have them up.
Sure, I do have it up. Okay, so I'm looking at the treasurer's report for June. So as of tonight's board meeting, we have $5,190 and change in the operating account. In our capital improvement account, we have $27,000 for total checking funds as of June 30th of $32,299. Our investment account once again, continues to get some very good returns. So we have 413,000 in the investment account, which is our goal to keep as much as we can in there. And because since we're earning money on it.
Yeah, and just one note on that, we have $60,000 in the money market, so that's our like liquid balance, and our growth, like our just the change in market value that's on there is like the return number, but
Mhm.
from last year to this year, we had a net like deposit and withdrawal of about 47,000. And the growth in value overall was about 68,000. So that's really good from where
So
we
this-
started.
Okay, so this change in market value on the sheet shows 22,700.
Yeah, that's kind of like investment returns over the year. So I was looking at that today because I'm like, which number should we put in there? So, but if I look at the value of last July or last June versus this June, and that's taking into account all the, transferring money in from when we need to invest it and the growth that offers, that kind of is folded into the 22. You know what I mean?
Right. So when we're moving money in, that
grows.
That grows. But so this
Right.
is this a true change in market value, or
I think that should read investment returns like the other one does, like above over the month.
Okay. So investment returns since inception are 41,000. Investment returns for the year are 22,000.
22. Correct.
And
yeah.
that's net of transfers in and out.
Right. I just didn't, So I didn't want to make it too complicated with writing with the net transfers. They're just going to report that.
Okay.
And then, so then you can go on to the.
Okay. So our June revenue was 1196.73. Do we know the sources of that? Essentially. Oh wait, I have to say goodnight to my grandnephew. Hold on one second.
Oh. I can review that. I'll be able to review that once I'm stationary.
Okay. And then so year to date, our revenue is 468,000, which is higher than it was year to date last year. And it's also above our budgeted revenue. Our June expenses were 64,000. I guess
way above, but that's because of the air conditioning
bonuses. Oh, and the bonuses.
Yeah.
Okay. So year to date, our expenses are a good 75,000 or so, or 70,000 or so above last year's, and also above what we had budgeted for. So the finance committee is going to review that and talk about that. Is that right? I don't know that we're going into that in detail tonight, but the finance committee seems like it needs to gather.
Yeah, and Ed had emailed me some bullet points surrounding that. So we're going to dig a little deeper as to, we have to then amend this next year's budget to reflect the fact that we now have a director and we didn't budget. I think we budgeted a little bit less in the budget that we just approved. So we have to just make some adjustments.
Right. So we have to like reforecast. The year. Okay. So you can see below the small fundraising monies that have come in. We didn't do the spring book sale, and there really hasn't been anything fundraising wise since the craft fair. So we also need to get a fundraising committee meeting going.
Yeah, lots of meetings on the books.
1,196.
What was it then? Was it donation?
The June revenue?
We had some donations, yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you,
Oh,
Alex.
We sold some shirts too. So, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Oh, speaking of the shirts, Shauna, sorry, sidebar, I just before I forget, I have the library shirts that you had requested.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay.
So we should be getting the tax levy this month. I don't know if it's been
Yes,
received
we-
yet.
Yes, we received it July 1st.
Okay,
So-
and do we know how much that was approximately?
Yes, we do. Hold on one second.
It was 307
Here
something.
you have it.
Right, so slightly up from last year's, which was 301.
Yes.
301,700.
It was on July 1st. 307,754.
Okay. And does that
Um,
go right into the operating account and
That
then
goes into
we,
the operating, and so that's one of the things the finance committee should discuss also, how much to transfer into LPL.
okay,
Because that's what we did the last couple of years, like right after that comes in, we kind of decide how much we want to transfer to LPL to grow, to get us through till October, which is when the school funds come in.
right. Okay,
What
Hmm?
does LPL stand for?
LPL.
that is our investment company, which is the investment arm of M&T Bank, the financial advisors.
Yeah, that's why on the treasurer's report, it says LPL.
It's just the name of the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. Do you want me to open up
I
the
think
claims?
that's, yeah, then we can look at the claim sheet.
Okay. I mean,
And
I'm
you'll
not sharing my
you'll
screen,
see
but I
the,
think you guys can see. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you'll see the first class air charges and then the tokens of appreciation on there as
Okay.
well.
Okay, and then I see, let's see, hold on. Does anybody have any questions or items that you want answers to?
Who's Tommy Ficciolo?
Picacello, that's the carpenter.
Oh, the doctor.
That's the Bollards.
He was nice.
He's a good guy.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
talk about
the bollards and the electrical work were all paid in June also.
Oh, so the Romeo Electric is.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. That was from the work that was done in
The lights.
April. Yeah.
Yeah, April and May.
Were the computers in this one? This month? The computers?
No.
No.
No,
So that's gonna be an expense next month?
plus that's gonna come out of the capital improvement.
The installation, the setup charges on the computers, which will be around, I think, $11,000 or so, can be counted as capital expense.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, you can.
Yep. Yes.
4,000.
4,000. Yeah.
4,000.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was fixed with the air conditioning? Was there a new unit or something? put in?
Well, I think they replaced one of the compressors outside, because we had already replaced one.
The lines were deteriorated and leaking,
Right.
and had to be refilled completely as well. And that had to be done on 2 units.
That's the free online?
Yes.
Any questions there?
No.
Did we get everything straightened out with the paychecks? Bills and all that? Is that still a work in progress?
We are back to the, yeah.
From like 50,000.
Yes, but in terms of getting money back, we haven't, but we are back to, we are not being charged 1,000 a month. And there were, I think, 4 months also that we had spent that 1,000. So there was about like 3,200 that we paid paychecks over what we had anticipated this year as well.
Why are there 2 paychecks charges for $1,600 in the month of June?
For 1,600 in the month of June.
That's for tax pay. Those are for that's social security taxes. Yeah, that's not, we're not paying for their payroll fees. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
It's
down there.
down
Okay.
on
Yep.
line
Below
59,
Robert,
50.
yep.
Pay the fee we pay them with their monthly.
It's
That
on line 18. Payroll
So
fees.
269?
Yeah, okay, good, yeah.
Yep.
So that's what it should be.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we are good with them, and I am gonna still be exploring other potential vendors for that, but we are good with them right now.
Thank you for fixing that.
Sure. Thank you for alerting me.
Any other questions or comments on the claim sheet?
Is the sidewalk bistro payment, is that for Alex's event?
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
thought they donated. Did they donate some or did we pay them?
For this, they did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pay them.
So actually, they kind of did, because the amount that they said they were going to give us for that dollar amount, I mean, I think they gave us about 5 times the amount they said that they were going to give us. So, but this was something that we had decided on to do, to kind of as a thank you to them for all the years that they have donated to us for Gift of Art. So I really wanted to just kind of give them some business as well. But I think they really did us a solid on it. And, you know, I think it was well worth it. It was much more than we thought it was going to be in terms of quantity.
Everything
Any
looks
other
good.
questions? Okay.
Can I hear a motion to approve the claim sheet?
I'll make a motion to approve the claim sheet.
Second,
I'll second it.
Tina second.
any further discussion?
No?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Carries unanimously.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, you're welcome. Sorry, I'm plugging my phone in now because I'm losing battery power.
So while we're still on the finance topic, I want to just quickly do 2 sort of summary things. If you look at the year we just ended, and that was in Vicky's report, that we were nicely over budget on income, but also over budget on expenses, and we probably finished the year. Alex, what do you think the number around 15,000-16,000 deficit?
Yes, 16,000 in deficit. My question is, there is that so there was that $30,000 payroll expense, and then we had money put back in. That is not, but that is, my understanding is that is accounted for.
Yeah, that's a wash from a previous expense. So, yeah.
So the 16,000 is a real number?
Yes.
Which makes sense.
Yes, exactly. That was, yeah, about 10,000.
Let me just introduce the notion of our need. This will be a topic in August. We need to now look at the 25-26 budget for the fiscal year that's just started, and true it up, as Sarah was saying earlier. We need, the finance committee will do some work on this between now and the August meeting, because there are things we did anticipate in the budget when we did the budget last fall. It's a weird thing because of the way the fiscal years fall, and so we're doing next year's budget a good 7 or 8 months before next year starts.
Right.
We have to have it go to the voters in December. So the two main items that we know we didn't anticipate. One, we have revenue that last fall we didn't know we were going to have. The referendum that passed will bring in another $11,000. I think it's $11,000 revenue above what we expected. And then I'm not sure. Alex, did you look, or could you tell? I think we budgeted for the new director's salary to be 85, and we hired you at 95.
Right. Yes.
So, do you know if it was 85?
In the original budget?
I
We can find out.
I am not sure. I don't know that it was broken
I
up there.
think
Let me see.
We budgeted more than we had been paying. I just don't remember the number. Anyway.
I think it was around that.
Well, we can
from
look in the budget, can't we?
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling it up now.
Here, 25,
Um,
Something.
So
Okay, anyway.
the budget that I got for it only breaks it out by the staff and consultants. It didn't break it down that I had seen any further than that. So.
yeah, so it's 250 as a line item. And then the salaries comes out to about that doesn't make sense. I can't even. $243.
That's the fiscal year
Yep.
25-26 that has just started.
Yeah, we got to look at it. We got to look at it again because I don't know why it's this combination, but I think
Right,
that's just
yeah.
from like the way Chrissy used to do this. So we should update that so it breaks it out.
The thing we will do in the August meeting is look at what the fiscal year budget, take the fiscal year budget that was passed back in December and make all the adjustments we need to make to things we now know that we didn't know then.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That includes something we'll talk about in executive session tonight about the staffing and what we need to do with that, both with respect to the raise we want to do and the hour schedule. So those things both will be discussed a little later. So that's all I meant to cover in items B and C on the agenda there.
Okay.
Okay. Under discussion items, I just want to add one thing that some of you may know. Mitch has let us know that he needs to resign from the board. He's still really pushed by all the stuff he does in condo associations and so forth. So he's going to resign from the board next month probably. So you should all be aware that we need to look for a new board member to fill his slot.
Cultivating.
Okay.
It would be great if we knew a local lawyer that we could get on the board because we really could use legal expertise in a variety of things. And that is one industry, so to speak, that we don't have represented really on our board.
I know that, well, we have had conflict in our village this year, as we all know. And somebody that we all know approached me and said that the members of the library board are all like-minded and friends and yes.
Are what?
Like-minded and friends, and but one of us like talked to another person to get us in. And I think it would behoove us to advertise or to make it be known that there's a board seat available.
Yeah. We're supposed to do that.
It may not be easy, but
Yeah, I think it's a great idea because I've had an experience on the Keep Rockland Beautiful board. I'm the president there, and we were looking for new board members, and our communications employee recommended that we put out on social media and on our website that we were looking for board members, and we created a very simple application. And I know that board members have to be voted in, and they would have to get a petition, and that's all they have to do. But it would be good to yes, be more public about it, you know. I mean, obviously we can't, you know, vet them, right? I mean,
Very connected.
that it doesn't work that way, right? Like we can't vet the potential candidates, right?
They get a
Right.
signature page and they're voted in, right?
Yes,
Right. Not voted by us, but voted.
That's right. they voted.
voted by the citizens. So if somebody wants to be, yeah, so we should get the information out there. I would agree with that.
The outcome we have in December, this is replacing somebody to finish out his term.
Right.
So then-
Oh, that's
That's
true.
different. This
That's
is not a, you're right. You're
So
absolutely.
do we appoint that person, or does that person go through the same process?
Advertising to let more people know that we have the opening is a good
Right.
idea.
Right.
Yes, definitely. We
People
don't want to
come
be
forward,
accused
say
of
they're-
nepotism or like. You know.
Yeah, but wait, I'm unclear. So when someone is filling out somebody else's term,
Yeah.
are
and
they elected or appointed?
We're appointed.
Appointed, okay. So would we have a process then if we get to appoint the person to interview people that are interested? Would we have like a,
You guys are talking over each
Wait,
other.
yeah.
Both talking.
Sorry, Sarah, can you not hear Ed? Because he's trying to talk too. You
okay,
guys
sorry.
at the same time.
No
But
worries.
I don't know if you can only hear through my phone and it's really quiet.
Go ahead, Ed.
And again, Mitch's understanding was that we would make an appointment to finish out his term. It may be that it's only until there is an election in the fall, and whoever else would run, somebody would have to run for this. We need to find out whether does.
Actually, Ed, I can answer that. It's to finish his term. So I can look up when his term ends. So whoever is appointed has to, yeah, it's specific to his term.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they have to be reelected.
Yes, and then they have to run for election.
Not a public election,
Right.
but it's still a good idea to advertise and try to get more people aware that we have the opening and we're looking for good people.
Yes.
But what if we get
Definitely.
2 or 3 people that want Mitch's position? Then what do we do?
Have
We
to-
We'll
get,
deal with it when it comes.
Okay. well, then we pick. We pick
Well, we picked just for his
for
term.
his term.
Yeah.
And
Then
then
they
they can
have
all
to get-
run. Then they
they
get
have to all
voted at the
run.
next. Right, then they run for the position. But we would pick for
The
this
interim.
For
interim.
the interim, yeah.
For openers, I would be really happy if we got one very interested person. If we get 2, even better.
Usually you have to go talk to people. I mean, usually
Usually,
it
yeah.
takes cultivating people.
This has generally been more of a process of talking people into it than having,
Right.
as most of you may know.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you when it's.
We should all be thinking about people we could possibly recruit to this, and hopefully we get at least one really interested person, and as I say, get more, that's good.
They also have 3 sons, so.
Committee reports, policy committee, Shauna?
Oh, okay, what did I wanna say? Let me get to it. So it's really short. Basically, the policy committee has finally finished, our draft of the personnel manual. It took many months, but, and it's now in the hands of Alex. So he's gonna be getting feedback from staff. And then we'll take that, revise it further, and then from there, we'll have it looked at by a lawyer. And before we finalize it, and then we'll bring it to the rest of the board. And this other thing I just wanted to share is that the next thing for our committee is to review the performance review procedure and forms, as well as to review the policy on the use of the library for non-library sponsored events, which had been brought up at the last meeting. So those are the 2 things that I have on our agenda. So
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So the policy that we just worked on, the employee handbook policy, or whatever,
Personal,
I understand that Alex will look at it, but if the employees are looking at it and giving is that, they're giving feedback on it?
they're not changing it. They're gonna take a look at it and they're gonna give us their feedback. It's up to us to decide how we want to incorporate that, if anything.
Okay.
So they're not gonna take it and change it. It's
Okay.
just to give that, it's important for them to, because it directly affects them. And yeah, we're writing it in a lot of ways for them, so.
I mean, we want to try to be as inclusive as we can.
So are we asking
Yeah.
for readability or are we asking
That's the
for,
question. Is it
Not sure.
readability or the way, like what,
or are we asking for feedback on like how many days they
sick
get from
days
the
and
person?
personal days?
I mean,
and-
'cause some of those maybe we,
Yeah, I mean, we tried to make it as readable as possible, but
Right.
it's obviously, 7 times as long as it was before.
Right.
So, yeah, and so that may be a conversation that we can have with you, Alex, first.
Only because there were some changes we made that they might not see as favorable
Right,
as.
right.
And I highlighted those things when I sent it to Alex,
Mm.
so we can also follow up with him. But I did, do you remember that email?
Yep.
Okay. So he's aware, and we can.
So when would you be able to discuss that with us about what you think about it before we send it to the staff?
Well, we're not
Um,
sending it to him, he's gonna do it the way that he wants to.
Yeah, but when would you have that?
In the next few weeks, I would say, because I'm
We
Um,
understand.
yeah.
Because I get it.
You know, there's a thing that we're gonna read that, so there's a few things that I soon,
Curious
yeah,
when you
it's.
Anticipate you would have a chance to go over it and then give us the feedback and so we could talk about it.
So, yeah, I've done one read of it already, and I'm intending next week to
Okay.
do a very thorough
Okay,
note-based one, and
Yeah.
yeah, and to discuss it with staff in by the next couple weeks. Yeah.
Just to be clear that
Yeah.
there were some agreements made with, kind of between, is it Chrissy and,
I
staff members? Okay,
shared that with him.
great,
yeah,
He knows.
okay.
Yeah.
well, not agreements really with Chrissy.
This
Yeah.
was Jessica.
Takeaways,
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct.
yeah.
But let's assume we'll have a decent update about this in the August meeting.
Yes.
Right,
Okay.
right, okay, good.
All right. Building and grounds?
Well, Alex covered basically,
This building plural and grounds.
yeah. I'm sure that's a typo. We got the bollards in, yay. And Alex did relate what the repairs were necessary for this month and the payments that we made to Romeo Electric. So that's all buttoned up. What do for next year's budget too is we need to think about, those units and with the life of them and, what we're gonna need to do going forward and add some money into the budget for this kind of thing for next year. So we'll talk more about that. And my committee's got to get together anyway and make a whole capital list we want to do. The contractors are working on a price for the decking repairs and railing replacements for front and back. They came last week with Tom and they walked around and looked very carefully underneath the ramp. They think they have some concrete work they're gonna have to do as well as structural repair to the rear steps because they seem to be sinking. And the angle's changing. They did drop off some samples today of decking. So we will take a look at that when we're all together again. And, kind of go through what we like and what we think that, it should look like. Also too, we're gonna need samples for railings because I want to do all PVC and aluminum and not have any painting projects on the decking and the railings for the future.
Ooh.
So it's not going to be cheap to obtain that.
But it means we
They're
don't have to
verbally
paint it every
talking,
6 months.
right. I mean, they're talking around $70,000. So I don't know how much the grant money that you guys, is it one of those 50% kind of things?
50% of the, right, construction grants.
Is a half and half. So that'll be something to add into the budget.
But we have to get it in by August first.
Yeah,
August 1st, yeah.
they're gonna have it to us. They were gonna try to get it to me today, but I said, don't rush it. Just let's get it right.
It doesn't mean we have to go with that, we just.
No,
have to- that's our
well,
money.
Right. I mean, these guys are the guys who did the bollards and they're a local contractor. They have a lot of men working for them, so I trust that they could do the job. Which is the biggest problem that we have, is finding somebody that we can trust to do the job for the money that they say and the time that they can do it. I was impressed with the way that they did the bollard work, so I feel like, okay, they're a licensed local contractor with all the insurance. Do we know if we need to deal with this grant with prevailing wage? Did
Yeah.
anybody mention that?
I believe that's-
Okay, so this job is a prevailing wage job.
Mhm.
It
It will
has to
cost
be-
more.
Okay, all right, so I'll pass that along. And that's all I have.
Yeah, and to that end, that application is gonna be my big focus on the next 2 weeks, because that's
Okay, so-
imminently
We
due.
can talk about when, if you need me to help with it, like,
yeah.
to go over the formatting and then getting Stephen, like, we could work on it prior to, and then maybe getting Stephen.
Totally,
to
yeah.
look
Steven
at it.
has claimed that he would really,
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
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 yeah.
no, he said that to us, but you just tell me when and we could schedule some time if you come down and maybe look at it with you. if that
Yeah,
helps.
yeah. We'll do something for
Okay.
next week if we can.
Yeah, next
Great.
week is really good, like Monday through Thursday, I'm around.
Okay, yep,
so I could do it.
Okay.
Thank you, Kim.
great, thank you.
But we need
Okay.
to vote.
Yeah.
Yes,
We have
okay.
an executive session for matters pertaining to staff compensation.
I make a motion to move into executive session for matters of staff compensation.
You listen well.
I'll second it.
Is there a
I'll
Is there a
second it. I jumped the gun.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right. We need to turn off if Zoom is still working, we need to stop the recording
Yeah,
He's
And-
trying.
and
Hold
stop
on a second, he's trying.
transfer. Now we need a motion to approve a 3% raise for this staff.
I'll make the motion to approve the raise for 3% for the staff.
I'll second.
Sorry.
Vicky?
Sorry. I hadn't seconded in a while.
on this, since we've already had the discussion.
No,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Passes unanimously. And now may I hear a motion to adjourn?
Really quick, Ed, I have one thing. Miss Nancy has a new grandchild.
Mhm.
And we haven't, as a board, done anything to recognize that. Is that something we should do?
That's a good question.
we can get her a card.
Well, it's been a long time coming for her. She's wanted to be a grandma.
She's beyond thrilled. I've looked at about 1,000 pictures.
I don't, it would be nice to do something.
Something, I don't know what, I think John had just made her a beautiful handmade baby blanket. And I think it's going in the next trip. If we had some small thing that could go in a trip too.
So what we need is somebody to volunteer, and it's not me because I don't know very much about stuff. I'm not good at.
I will volunteer. I don't have any great ideas, so.
I think Peace in Piermont has so many cute baby gifts. Yeah.
Presents,
I
not
mean,
gifts.
presents. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
And so I
Presents.
volunteered. I'm not,
Not a shopper?
I'm not a,
I'll volunteer to do that.
Oh.
I love that stuff.
All right, Vicky's gonna,
And then I'll just, I'll contact you guys separately about,
Vicky.
no problem.
I'm happy to rap or do whatever.
okay.
All right, so you want a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
Yes, for a second.
Sarah, second.
I beat Sarah.
I seconded it.
Shauna, did you get all that?
Yes, and the time is 9:11 PM.
She's amazing.
Calling it.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.